Hello and welcome to our first lesson, Unit 1. Unit 1 is whole numbers. We're looking at place value of whole numbers today. We're going to look at different forms like expanded form, standard form, and word form. And then we're also trying to get to graphing whole numbers on the number line. All right, so written numbers are written using the digits, so 0 to 9, but it's the placement of these digits in any number that determines the meaning and the value of that number. So, for example, if we're looking at these two numbers, 597 and 851, and we look at the place value of the 5. So in our first number, at 597, the 5 is in the hundreds place, so that means we have 5 hundreds. In 851, the 5 is in the tens place, so therefore we have 5 tens. All right, so here we have a much larger number. We have this number right here. That number is 3,528,917. All right, and each of those digits have different values depending on where they're placed in the place value. All right, so 7 is in the ones place, the 1 is in the tens place, the 9 is in the hundreds place, the 8 is in the thousands place, the 2 is in the 10,000s place, 5 is in the 100,000s place, and 3 is in the millions place. All right, notice the pattern. It goes ones, tens, hundreds, then 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s. Then when we get to millions, it's going to be 1 million, 10 million, and then 100 millions, and so on. So let's take a look at our first example. So here we have this number, 834,576, and we want to put it into these forms. We want to put it into the standard form, we want to put it into the expanded form, and then we want to put it into the word form. All right, so the first form we're going to go over is the standard form. That's just how the number is written. So here, this form here, that is how the number is written. That is the standard form already. So we're just going to rewrite that here for standard form. So 834,576. So notice I leave that little bit of a space here. We always count in threes, starting from the right. So 1, 2, 3. Then we have that space, 1, 2, 3, and then we would have another space. All right, you could also use commas. So some people still like to use their commas in between like that as well, which is fine. All right, so next is expanded form. So expanded form gets into more detail of showing each digit and its place value. So we'll start with the highest here, which is 8, and 8 is in the 100,000s place, right? So if we go back here to our place values that went 1, 10s, hundreds, thousands, or 1,000s, 10,000s, 100,000s. All right, so 1, 2, 3, you have your space, and then 1, 2, 3, and your space, and so on. All right, so let's start with 8. It's in the 100,000s forms. It's in the 100,000 place value. So we're going to write that out as 8 times 100,000. Close the bracket, and then we have to separate our brackets with the plus sign. 3 is in the 10,000s place, so it's 3 times 10,000. Close the bracket. Plus 4 is in the 1,000s place, 4 times 1,000. Then we have plus, we have 5 in the hundreds place, so 5 times 100, plus we have 7 in the tens place, so 7 times 10, and then plus, I'm just going to jot it down right here, we have 6 in the ones place, so 6 times 1. All right, and that's it for our expanded form. All right, so the last form is the word form. The word form is written in words. All right, so we know this number. If we were to say this number, it's 834,576. So we just have to write that out in word form. So 800. I'm just going to finish this and then I'll answer any questions. 834,000. Writing as quickly as I can. 576. And that is how it's done. All right, so let's go through our numbers. 5, the place value of 5 in each of the numbers. So the first one here, there's our 5. It's in the hundreds place, so we're just going to say hundreds. Here, 5 is in the thousands place, so we'll say thousands. Here, the 5 is in our ones place. Here, the 5 is once again in the hundreds place. And the 5 is right here. Okay, so ones, tens, hundreds, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. So we get into our 1 million. You can say 1 million or you can say millions. I'm going to be specific and say 1 million. 1 millions place. Okay, then the 6 is in 10 millions, and then 7 would be in 100 millions. All right, so for today, we're doing this example for writing it in expanded form. So we do have 205,603 expanded form. I'm going to write it in the expanded form with the details. So it's 2 times 100,000. It's in the 100,000s place. Plus, we don't have to worry about the 0. It's a 0, so we don't have to worry about writing that down. So we'll go straight to 5. 5 is in the thousands place. So 5 times 1,000. Then we have 6 in the hundreds place. So 6 times 100. And then again, we have a 0 in the tens place. We don't have to worry about that. So we have 3 in the ones place. And that's it. That's the expanded form. All right, so in these two examples here, we're looking at the question's already given it to us in expanded form, and we have to put it into standard form. So we have, if we look here, we have 100,000, 100, and ones place. All right, so when I work on these kind of questions, I just draw out these little dashed lines to represent all the place values. I know my highest is 100,000, so my 100,000 would go here. All right, and now I just have to fill it in. So 3 is in the 100,000s, so there's my 3. Then I have 3 in the hundreds place, so 3. And then 5 is in my ones place, like that. And there's nothing else, so the rest would be filled in with zeros. So 0, 0, 0. All right, so if I were to rewrite this now nicely, 300,000, 305, and I can put a comma there, but that's the answer there. Resume recording. All right, so the largest number we have, it is in the millions place. All right, so that means I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1. So those are the place values I have to have. So 4 is in the 1 millions. So there's my 4. Then I'm just going to go through. I have 9. It's in my tens place. 7 is in the ones place. 4 is in the thousands place. And then 3 is in the hundreds place. All right, and the rest of the places I will fill in with zeros. Right, so that's what it looks like. And then I just like to rewrite it without all the dashed lines. So 4,004,397.